Hey, it's Dan here from Flexxable, and today we're going to talk about conversion rate optimization on your landing pages. Let's get stuck into it. So why is it vital to optimize your conversion rate on your landing pages? Well, there's a number of different reasons, especially if you're running paid traffic from the likes of Facebook or YouTube or Google search or GDN or whatever that is, okay? If you're doing a great job on the creative, if you've got your hooks and everything dialed in and you're getting super cheap CPMs and cost per clicks and things are looking really good, then obviously they click through to the landing page and it's just not working, okay? You're getting maybe a less than 5% conversion rate, your cost per lead spiking through the roof, and there's high bounce rates on your landing pages. In other words, there's no point working so hard on your creative and getting those cheap clicks if your landing page isn't doing the work for you. And there's a number of different ways that you can systematically improve the conversion rate of your landing pages, which I'm going to talk about in today's video. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about, which I guess doesn't require any kind of analytical skill or knowledge or any copywriting or anything like that, but it's the first thing that you want to get right that can be done relatively easily, okay? And that is user experience. All right, there's so many people I see running traffic campaigns at volume and are generating a decent amount of leads for their clients. But one thing that their landing page, they could be hosting their landing page on Unbounce or ClickFunnels or wherever that is. And, there's just bits of that page that don't look really professional, okay? If you're a consumer and you're a smart consumer and you're clicking on an ad that's got a great hook and you're intrigued, and then you hit a landing page and the headline's a little bit off center, or there's a spelling mistake, or it doesn't scroll properly on mobile, it doesn't render, and stuff is a little bit left justified rather than right justified. There's big spacing between the different sections. The font doesn't really kind of match in different sections. You use different fonts. The images just don't look professional. They're kind of stocky. All of this type of stuff really makes a difference, okay? But how do you know this? Well, first of all, you can obviously send the page that you've built to a couple of close friends or even some people that might not be in the industry, for them to have a look at and just give you some open and honest feedback, whether it's professional and whether they would trust this page. That to me makes a lot of sense, all right? But one thing you can also do in real time is install the likes of Hotjar or Lucky Orange is another one that I've used to be able to track the user journey. All right, so people click on your landing page, and then this software, it's really clever. Don't ask me how they do it, but they can record the user's journey through this page. They can figure out whether they're bouncing quickly. They can see where, there's heat maps where people are clicking. It measures how far down the page that people are scrolling, whether they're reading the content, whether they're engaged. And you can learn a lot just by watching what people are doing. For example, I've seen this quite a few times where people are hitting the page, they're scrolling, they're engaging with the page, they start submitting their details on a form, and you can see them actually typing in their phone number, and it could be that you've got the digit numbers wrong, or they're trying to type in and it's just not letting them punch in that last digit, or something silly like that can break a campaign, and you're not even going to know unless you're actually watching what people are doing. So a tool like that, Hotjar, is very good to be able to see what people are doing. So user experience, how far they're making it down the page, to see where they're scrolling to, where they're clicking, what they're doing, what's breaking. It's really important, and it doesn't require kind of any major skill. I mean, I'm not a designer. You can outsource someone that can help with the design stuff very cheaply. So this is the first step in really giving yourself the best chance before we move on to the more kind of technical, the copy stuff and the stuff I'm going to talk about next. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, which is probably a little bit more technical and is going to require some skill and maybe some coding knowledge, which again you can outsource, and there's plenty of resources out there to help you with this. But the next thing we want to do is be able to check the load times of your pages, all right? Because again, if you've done all the great work, you've figured out your hooks, you've got your cost per click coming in, you've got really excited consumers coming into your funnel, the page looks brilliant, but then it takes the page 7 seconds to load, all right? Before you even got started, you've given yourself a disadvantage. You know how fickle consumers can be and how impatient they can be. So if you picture yourself scrolling along your Facebook newsfeed and you tap the button and then you go to a page and you know, by the time it's loaded 7 seconds later, you've already lost interest. The dog's stolen one of your shoes and you're off, you're off. You've lost the attention of the consumer with that page. So slow load times are another big reason why campaigns fail, and it's something that people don't look at enough. All right, so we use a tool called Pingdom. I think if you just type in Pingdom load speed test into Google, what you'll find is that there's a website you can go to. You can just put in the URL of your landing page and you can choose which region you want to be tested in, whether it be Europe, North America or whatever, and you just press go and it measures the load speed time and it gives you a result. Okay, you're looking for hopefully less than a 2-second load speed time. That really is where you want to get to. Okay, so if you haven't got that, you can check the image sizes and making sure they're not too big and taking too long to load. You can compress them, you can optimize the scripts on your page, and you can, generally a tool like Pingdom will tell you where you need to make these improvements, all right? I'm not going to go into all that type of technical stuff, that's not what I do, but you can easily find a solution to these problems if it's spelt out. So use a tool like Pingdom, see how fast your landing page is, and then solve the problems to get your page load speed down to less than 2 seconds. Okay, so now you've got your the user experience sorted, you've got a professional looking page, you've got your load speed times down pat, your page is looking smooth, your users are enjoying the journey, they're engaging with the content because you've installed something like Hotjar to see what they're doing. And now it's time to start split testing, okay? And a lot of people really, overcomplicate split testing, but the thing that you wanna keep in the back of your mind is that you just wanna have one big change happening at a time, okay? And if you're split testing, and by the way, we use Unbounce as our landing page builder, which has got amazing split testing capability. It's easy to create different variants and give them weighted percentages and all that type of stuff. We usually just go with 50-50. We have our kind of champion variant, and then we have our challenger variant, and what we try and do is make a very big change on the challenger variant and then set it live and see what wins, all right? And if nothing's winning quickly within a couple of days, we just bin the challenger variant and try and create something that makes a bigger difference and you can get a much faster result, okay? I'd rather lose dramatically with the challenger variant than have 2 pages just kind of going neck and neck over a number of weeks. That's just a complete waste of time, okay? So so if you're using Unbounce or ClickFunnels or whatever else, I'm sure there's split testing capability over there, or even in WordPress we have that too. You want to start this big change, okay? Because you've got your page built, it's looking great, people are engaging, but what is the number one thing you want to change to begin with? That is usually always the headline, okay? And it's interesting because I've been testing a lot with headlines lately, and especially for financial services offers, or even home improvements like roofers or solar or whatever. A lot of people try and this is a suggestion only, a lot of people try and kind of sell the offer inside their headline. So if it was solar panels, people might be writing headlines like save on solar and reduce your electricity bills by as much as 50%, and it's free installation or whatever that might be. But one thing you want to try and split test with a headline like that is go after the emotion that and the pain points that people are experiencing, rather than trying to sell the offer inside the headline. So it could be something along the lines of, because over here in the UK at the moment, there's an energy crisis, right? People are just fed up with paying high utility prices and electricity prices and gas prices and all that type of stuff. So you could really tap into the pain and emotion that people are experiencing there. So you can talk about the pain of rising electricity bills, the fact that the planet is wanting to go greener. You can talk about the struggles the financial struggles to make ends meet because of the rising financial, the rising gas prices or the rising electricity prices. And you can really tap into the pain and the what people are struggling with within that headline, rather than trying to sell the low-cost solar within the headline. It may or may not work, but it's definitely worth a try. So if you've got a headline that's very much that's working for you and getting decent cost per leads, then I wouldn't change that. But if you are going to try something, maybe try an internet, an info product. Some of you people have seen some of my headlines and stuff for my own info product, and you've seen, Frank Kern and people like that writing these kind of really emotion-led headlines. Okay, try something like that with your financial services offer or your solar offer or your roofing offer, and see if it makes a difference. That's the change that I'm talking about here. Okay, so if you're able to do that with a headline and test only one thing at a time like this, then you're going to start seeing dramatic improvement, or you're going to see things fail, which is what you want, as long as you're continually testing. So I'd be testing that new headline, making a big change and a big difference, and then I'd be waiting if it hasn't significantly done anything in a day, then I'd be culling it and going again. And if it starts winning quickly, then start increasing if the challenger starts winning quickly, then start increasing the percentage, and make sure that you're giving the challenger variant more traffic, basically, and then just cull the loser and start again. It's a continual process, but remember, one thing at a time, and get organized, track what you've done, see the changes that's happened, and overall you're going to be really making a difference to basically reducing your cost per lead by really smart and clever conversion rate optimization, which most people do not do properly. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video on conversion rate optimization. You found it useful. If you did like it, if you did enjoy it, please do me a favor and hit that like button so we know to create more content like this for you good people. And also, if you have any questions, please leave a question below, and myself or my team members will get back to you. Any questions whatsoever, we'd love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to do so you don't miss a video. And lastly, if you're really serious about getting to the next level with your lead generation, click the first link in the description or the link in the pinned video below, in the pinned comment below, and we'll give you a free guide to escaping retainer client jail by sacking your 10 bosses, your 10 clients or bosses or whatever you call them, and transitioning to a model that will 10 times your revenue with less work and less clients. Just click the link, put your name and email address in so we know where to send that Escape the Client Retainer guide. Until next time, catch you later.